What's poppin'? What's poppin'? What's poppin'? What's poppin'? What's pop? What's pop? What's pop? What's poppin', y'all? What is fucking poppin'? I asked, what's poppin', y'all? I'm trying to figure out what's the deal, how you feel, and do you want a KO? Stupid looking ass. Okay, nothing in the bowl, nothing in the bone. So let me put some water in here. There we go. All right. Boom. Throw this away. Put that in the freezer. Fuck it, put the other one in the freezer too. Fuck it. I got my phone on the charger and off. So, oh, bro, I wish I could move my desk like right over here by the fucking stove, bro. I swear to God. My stupid ass used to just have one of these bitches on. It was not working, but having both of these bitches on, all I gotta do is be in the area, my nigga. I swear. Like, really, four feet back type shit. Ooh, Lord, thank you so much for waking me up. Thank you so much for everything you done for me, Lord. Oh, yes. Definitely for Linux, Lord. Thank you, Lord, for Linux. Oh, Lord, thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. I'm not joking, y'all. I'm really being so serious, but that's how I do my thing. Well, yeah, thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord, so much. Thank you, Lord, so much. Thank you, Lord. Where is the remote? Right here. Where is the remote? Right here. Ooh. That's what the fuck I forgot to do. Oh, that's what the fuck I forgot to do. Oh, that, big bastard. Big bastard. Damn, bro. Damn, bro. Damn, bro. That's exactly what I was supposed to do, and I fucking forgot. But it's all good, though. It's all good, though. It's all good. Okay. If I'm thinking correctly, I should have some weed in this grinder. I should. They finally watched the Major Pain. Oh my fucking God. Put this bitch in a shot glass, boy. This shit is... Oh my God. Oh my God. That's why I had to put the other two back in the freezer, boy. Ain't nothing like cold ass water, bro. Cold ass water? Not just cold water, cold ass water. Oh God, okay. Like I said, I should have some in this. Oh, this grinder. Oh yeah.
This video is sponsored by Liquid IV. More on that after the reaction, people.
We'll put that right there. This is my show. Okay, so they just dropped. Okay, so yeah, they just dropped Major Pain. So possibly tonight, you're gonna be watching the Major Pain reaction. You're gonna be watching the Major Pain reaction. Yo, that's what we're gonna do. That's exactly what we're gonna do. Man, I wish I can put shit in my fucking watch later list, bro. But this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just play the video, boom, go back to the original video that I said I was gonna watch, and yeah. I'm about to say, ooh.
You gonna get a kick out of this whenever that little body started running. They had Marlon Wayans in on it, and even Marlon Wayans was confused. It's just like,
All right. All right. This is what's finna to happen. Doop.
I say, Billy! Ah, Billy! The mushrooms! I'm about to be a white man, Billy! The mushrooms ain't almost done. I'm watching them right now, Billy! Billy, I got the Michael Jackson! So, this is not happening. I'm your host. I'm one of the trivia.
I'm about to say, I don't? What the fuck? It just felt light to me. But that's weed. I'm stupid. Shut up. Friends from Texas.
So I was taping this exact show last season, and Ari comes into the green room, and he's giving out bags of mushrooms. And I'm thinking, okay, Ari knows I'm a vegetarian, so I'm like, okay, mushrooms, perfect, love mushrooms. But I'm being very naive, because I'm thinking, California has everything vegetarian. Like, ooh, mushroom chips. Never had them before. So, I just...
I'm gonna just pour it in now.
I just down out. Boom, mushrooms, go. Ari comes back like, yo, Ali, where your mushrooms? Like, I ate them. They needed some salt, but they, all right. And he was like, no. It's not gonna be all right. I'm like,
It was just a little bit. I was about to say, bro, what the fuck?
And I'm very, really naive to this. I'm like, yo, man, it's mushrooms. How bad can it be? It's like just mushrooms. Like, I've had mushrooms before. He's like, not like this. I'm like, you crazy? I eat mushrooms all the time. In meatloaf, in pizzas. It's mushrooms, dude. What are you talking about here? And Ari's looking at me like, yo, dude, listen. And this is when I knew it was bad. This is when I knew it was different. Because I'm a grown man, and if you grab my head, I'm probably gonna beat you up. But Ari grabbed my head, he like, listen to me. It was very intense. It was like a lot of eye contact. I'm like, what? He's like, do not use your phone, because something's going to happen to you later, and be in a safe place. I was like, took damn hands off me. Why you gotta be in a safe place after you eat mushrooms? Dude, get out of here. So, being very juvenile. So, I leave the show with this comic named Billy Sorrells. He's like, yo, you wanna get something to eat? I'm like, nah, I just ate some mushroom chips, I'm good. But I go with you. So, we leave, and he goes get some chicken, and he say, you want something? I'm like, no, I'm just sitting in the car. I'm just sitting there and waiting on you to come back. And as I'm sitting there, the mushrooms are back. And I didn't really know what was happening. And like I was sitting in this car and the city took a picture of me. I was sitting there minding my own business. I was like, what? Nah, that ain't. I don't think that's supposed to happen. But it's gonna be 2 times in this story that I'm being very, very arrogant. And this is the first time. This is the first time being very arrogant. I'm thinking, well, I did just finish taping a TV show. Maybe the paparazzi is after me. So, another flash. I look out the window. There's no people. So if there's no people, there's no paparazzi. So I'm like, nah, that's crazy. It's too much flashing going on. And then the car shook. And I guess when you're on mushrooms, your mind never does anything like low to the ground. Everything is expanded. So I'm thinking, okay, the car shook. I said, oh, I'm in California. It's an earthquake. So I jump out the car. So I'm out the car, and usually I know I don't stand up straight most of the time. This is me standing up straight. I don't know why this feels uncomfortable to me standing straight up. So I usually slouch a little bit, and that's probably what happened. But this is what my mind is at. So I'm standing there, and I'm like, maybe like this, and I'm like, I'm getting smaller. So
I'm getting smaller. Sorry.
So mushroom mind says, you in quicksand.
You in quicksand.
So I jump back in the car. I don't want to go down in the quicksand with my regular body. I'd rather go down in a car. Okay. So I call Billy. I say, hey, Billy. Listen. The paparazzi is after me. There's an earthquake happening. And apparently he pumped your car by quicksand.
That nigga like, what?
Billy says, stay where you are. I'm coming. I'm saying, I'm in quicksand, not going anywhere.
This nigga retarded, bro.
So I'm gonna tell you, if you have a friend that's on mushrooms, let me tell you how not to stay with your vehicle. Billy's coming to the car like this. Bad move, Billy. Because he's looking in the window and I keep turning away like, is somebody trying to kidnap me? I call Billy, I say, Billy,
Really?
hurry up, someone's trying to take me. He said, it is me. I said, who is me?
Bro, I just wish we can see these comics going through what the fuck they talking about. Cause I remember when I first got into fucking comics, you know, nigga, you know, automatically thinks, yeah, they really did that shit. They really talking about what they did with the Woo, and they talking about it. Man, boy, as I grew up, man, I just started listening to these niggas, bro. And certain shit just be clicking like, okay, you really did that? Be real. Or are you just fabricating a story just so the audience can be in tune and entertained, you know? Not saying that he's lying, but like some of that shit, how can you remember it? You know, like I barely remember my shroom trips. I ain't gonna lie, I remember them, but like I don't remember in-depth details about it. You know, like I don't know.
Get to the hotel. Don't talk to nobody. Just go goes into the Lowe's. I get out and walk straight to the Lowe's, straight into the elevator. I'm in the elevator for 20 minutes. It's a painting in the elevator, and I'm just so interested. I'm like, this is crazy. So I'm in the elevator, and the door opens, because I don't realize that I'm in the elevator. So the door opens, I turn around and see this lady. I say, hey, ma'am, what are you doing in my room?
Oh, my God.
She said, this is the elevator.
This is the elevator.
What floor are you going to? I said, I'm on 6. She was on 4. I was on 6. She gets off the elevator. She said, are you going to be okay? I said, ma'am, I'm going to 6. I get to the 6th floor. I'm in the elevator for another 8 minutes. Because I don't know if you know, at the Lowe's, the carpet is real colorful. And it's stitched in a wavy pattern.
And I just realized, why am I just realizing this? I do not know. But this motherfucker is performing at a strip club. On the main stripper, thing. I haven't been to a strip club before, but I see poles in a little alleyway. I mean, a catwalk type shit, and like people all around. Cause he got to keep turning around to adjust the people behind him. Like he's basically focused on the camera, but then again he got to turn around and go to these people. Like that is crazy.
So I got the door open. I'm doing this for 8 minutes. That's wet. That's wet. I know that's wet. That's wet. So now I got mad. I'm like, what type of establishment with a damn fucking pool on the 6th floor? I get back on the elevator, go back to the front desk and say, hey, what type of establishment was a fucking pool on the 6th floor? The lady said, are you high? I said, no. And got right back on. And I decided that I'm going to swim to my room. Fuck it. So I'm on the 6th floor doing one of the most amazing freestyles you ever want to see. So right before my flip turn, I end up at my room. So I get to my room, and I know the mushrooms are affecting me. This is how I close the door. I close the door like this. In my mind, if the mushrooms on the other side of the door, they cannot get in to keep bothering me. So I'm in my room, and I'm thinking, okay, this mushroom thing gotta be over. Gotta be over soon. Gotta be over. Oh no, it's just something.
No, it's just starting.
I'm in my room, and I'm trying to be cool. You know, okay, all right, there's a lot going on in my head. So I'm watching TV, and this beautiful lawn on TV just catches my eye. I'm like, oh, look at the grass.
Oh, look at the grass.
And then this evil lawnmower comes and mows all the grass down. No, don't do that to the grass. I'm going through a lot. I'm like, yo, man, I gotta breathe. It's crazy. Yo, I'm talking to myself. I'm like, yo, listen, calm down. This is when you know that you're too high. You're trying to get yourself together like this. Oh, get it together. Right? I can't let myself get it together. I'll be like, no, I'm too weak to get it together. Then I say, you know something? This is what always works. You go, you wash my face. Wash my face. So you wash my face. Washing your face always gets you together. But that's a mushroom mistake. That's a mushroom mistake. I went to the bathroom and cut the light on, and then a mirror fucking attacked me. I'm like, so I'm looking in the mirror, and it's too much, man, because my face, one side of my face, like it was slumped down like I had Bell palsy, and the other side was normal. I kept doing this. Ooh, look at that.
This nigga was fucked up. Nigga was fucked up.
on something, gotta calm down, and wash my face. Listen, let me go back in the story. I left the recording, and they put makeup on my face to make it look smooth and whatnot. Didn't wash my face before I left. But I don't remember that. So on mushrooms. So I washed my face and looked down at that towel and saw all that brown in that towel. I called Billy. I said, Billy! Ah, Billy! The mushrooms! I'm about to be a white man, Billy! The mushrooms taking all my time. I watched them run out, Billy! Billy, I got the Michael Jackson! I've been in the mirror for 30 minutes doing this shit.
Stupid ass.
I'm going through a lot, man, and I knew I was going through too much because I got scared. When you get scared, you got to call one person that you think care about you. I called my mom. I called my mom. This is the second time that I was being arrogant. I called my mom and said, hey, listen to me. Do not judge me. I am in California in a hotel room and I'm on mushrooms. And she said, why? What's wrong? I said, I'm scared, Mama. Listen. There's a lot of famous people that died in hotel rooms in California. Mama Pimp C died in the hotel room. I said, Mama Whitney Houston died in a hotel room in California. My mama said, well, you ain't got nothing to worry about because you ain't famous. I said, whatever, lady.
I would have been mad. Man, I would have hung up. Like, oh, nobody asked you all that.
Your parents. My mama said, with the calmest voice, said, I told her, I said, hey, I need to calm down. She said, well, you need to drink some milk. And I hung up on my mama. I said, you don't know, and I hung up. Then I called Art, the person who gave me mushrooms. I said, Art, I'm in a hotel room, I'm losing it. I said, I need to calm down. And with the calmest voice, Art said, you need to drink some milk.
Bitch.
So I called my mama back. And as soon as she answered the phone, I said, hey, Chunky. That's it.
That's it.
Story on mushrooms.
Nigga toe up though. Nigga toe the fuck up. White people love trail mix. Fuck it.
How y'all doing? How the rest of y'all doing? Let me say this, because I've been thinking about this too. Father's Day is the worst holiday in the world. I've done the research. I already know. Let me tell you something. Mother's Day is the second most celebrated holiday in the world.
Second most?
It's first. So that means it's Jesus, then your mama. You know what Father's Day call that? Number 20.
God damn. Ain't no fucking way.
18 other holidays. Do you realize Halloween is number 6? That means ghosts and goblins go for fathers? It's number 13. I don't even know what that is. I just know it's something for me. It's crazy. Columbus Day is number 16. Celebrate Columbus Day is like celebrating somebody finding money in your house. What do you think the California I discovered in the kitchen?
Like a dumbass. Y'all see this shit, huh? Could have been the first one to land, bro. Oh, damn, we got nothing up here.
Is the second most celebrated holiday in the world. Christmas is first, so that means it's Jesus, then your mama. You know what Father's Day call that? Number 20. I can't think of 18 other holidays. Do you realize Halloween is number 6? That means ghosts and goblins go before fathers?
Ghosts and goblins?
Arbor Day is number 13. I don't even know what that is.
I don't know what that is.
So it's number 4. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Columbus Day is number 16.
Oh, wow.
Celebrate Columbus Day is like celebrating somebody finding money in your house. Where you get that picture out from? I discovered it in your kitchen.
It is.
Ridiculous. And it's mother's fault. It's mother's fault. But see, when Mother's Day come around, fathers go in their pocket deep. Or they pocket, hey, I want to give my mama something. Cash that money out. You know what mothers do? Hey, I want to get daddy something. Well, go in that car. It's some change in my little cup holder.
Stupid.
Nobody even have a sale for Father's Day. Who has a Father's Day sale? Mother's Day sale is like 30 up. Everybody have Mother's Day.
I got a vape on a Father's Day sale, so yeah.
That's how you get water holes and jump cables for Father's Day. And the stores, no, the stores got a trick for Father's Day. They make little packages where they little boxes. Give you suspenders, socks, and a shirt. One box. And you know what kids do? They give you that stuff throughout the year. They give you that shirt for Father's Day, with socks for your birthday. They get randomly give you something else as you know they think about it. It's crazy. Father's Day sucks. And I'm a father. I did all this work to be a father for it to suck. And I'm a good father. I don't lie about my kids. I just keep my kids where they are. I have a daughter. She's a beautiful kid, but she's insane.
But she's insane.
Because see, she's been going she's a swimmer. She's been thinking she's a swimmer, which is not a predominantly black sport. Because when you go to swimming, when you're a black parent, you go to swimming, they know that you're there because you're there. She's like a Oreo. You out there. So my daughter's very arrogant now because she done won a lot of races. And you know, when we first started swimming, I used to think that the kids were saying little racist stuff about my baby because she would walk in and they were like, "Oh my God, they go to Black Seal."
They go to Black Seal.
I was like, "What? Let me call my baby no damn Black Seal?" And his wife would say, "No, man, it means that she's really fast." Got me out there rooting. Go Black Seal. Go Black Seal. I've been tracking this little white girl named Sarah Brown. Been tracking Sarah. I think Sarah's really fast. Know all her numbers. Know all her tracking. My daughter's very arrogant. She don't even carry her stuff out the truck. She just get out the truck and just walk into the pool like I'm her assistant. I'm walking in with all her bags. So you couldn't hold the door or nothing? I'm walking in and I hear my daughter say something crazy to Sarah Brown. Say, hey Sarah, yeah, I know we gonna race, but I'll be out the pool dry by the time you finish.
Yeah.
I'm listening, I'm like, woo. Got me all hyped. I'm walking in with all this stuff. Yeah, Sarah. You heard her drive, Sarah. I don't believe my daughter had it. I know this look like race happens. Race happens. My daughter lose the race. Come in second to Sarah Brown.
Lie.
Come up to me crying. Daddy, I lost the race. I'm like, hey, it's like that sometimes, Black Seal.
Like that sometimes, Black Seal.
It's a great white.
Everything would suddenly stop. No matter your industry, Granger's here for you with professional grade supplies. Call, click Granger.com, or just stop by.
I'm gonna be killed. Oh, look, see, it's trigger words for me. Trigger words in the relationship. In the beginning, if somebody say, you know, I love hard. Ooh, that's crazy. Because it don't sound like that to me. It sounds good to you. I love hard. To me, it sounds like you will do this. If you're in a relationship with somebody and they say this to you, I can't live without you. Oh no.
Oh no.
Break it up. I'm fine with it out that relationship. Break it up. Hey, that sounds like I can't leave you. You can't leave without me, so I can't go. That sounds like you're gonna take miles. I'm in the news, boy. In the gay community, black people don't judge people, but they trick me. They trick me. White people trick me. Because on the brochure, it was real multicultural on the brochure. It had everybody on that brochure smile like they live over there.
Oh, nigga shot my shit.
And it's just all white people and me. That's it. It's just white people and I need a sitcom. I need something. It's just us, me, and these white folks. Let me tell you something. White people will change. You be thinking that you live around them and you're not gonna be pleasant. Shit. White people don't play that. You live in their neighborhood and then they want to meet you. That's crazy. That's how I found out it was all white people in the neighborhood. They want to meet you. See, I'm not accustomed to that. Let me tell you something. I'm from the projects. And in the projects, let me tell you what never happens in the projects. When you move into the projects, don't nobody come and greet you. Don't nobody say, hey, welcome to the project, welcome to hell.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Oh, you want to beat you? I'm still my house, my home, me.
Get out of here!
Outside my door. I ain't gonna lie, I panicked. I slammed the door, called the police, they protested. Who's protesting? All of it. And I'm so terrified when the police get there, I still got the chain on me. You say they are not protesting, they're coming to greet you. They have. I looked out there, white folks had baked goods and little baskets and stuff. You see what I learned about white people. And I want all the races to take this because it's been a lot of years since we had A lot of stereotypes dumb, but this one right here, oh, I did the research. Oh, I did the research. But not for my white people now did the research. White people love trail mix. Oh, they love it. Love it. Eat it every day. They love it. Look at them like, yes, I did have trail mix. Got me eating it. Hate trail mix. Used to hate it. You know, black people don't like stuff without salt on it. We eat trail mix like I got too much nutrients in it. All these vitamins and minerals in it. Have a son. His name is Hassan. Tell you something, like I told y'all earlier, I'm honest about my kids. Hassan gonna be a serial killer. I'm just throwing it out there so y'all know. Let me tell you how I know Hassan gonna be a serial killer. Hassan is 4 years old, and Hassan whispers. Yeah, what 4-year-old you know whisper? And then he don't wake you up like a normal child, cause normal kids. Hassan will get feet. Whispering, rubbing your feet. Daddy. Wow. You thirsty? I said, I look dehydrated in my sleep or something. Say, nah, Daddy, you want some juice? So I want no damn juice. He said, some pre-poured juice in the kitchen. He said, pre-poured juice? What the hell is pre-poured juice? Most mothers know what pre-poured juice is. This is juice that he poured for himself that his mother told him he cannot have. So it's just in the kitchen, pre-poured. Since I didn't have to do nothing, I could go get that juice. But I should have known it was a setup, because when I walked into the hallway, he gonna lean in the hallway, Daddy, will you get that juice? Bring it in here. Mind it all bit. She walked out bad at me. I went right to my son and said, hey, man, you got me in trouble. My son went to my ego. How you gonna get in trouble? You daddy.
You daddy?
Got me all riled up. I said, you got me right now, daddy.
You daddy.
Hey, who the hell are you to tell me that my son can't have no child? Say, my motherfucking son is allergic to grape juice. Like, allergy allergic? I looked back, my son was swelling up. As we was talking, he just getting beat out. 2 hours later, I ended up in the hospital with my son, whispering.
Whispering.
Rubbing his feet. Daddy messed up. The boy 4 years old, I don't know everything about him.
Damn, that nigga fast.
Before, I only had it 4 years, I had my truck on when I met this boy. My neighborhood, like I said, I live in this little gated community of white people. And white people are very pleasant. Very pleasant. They want you to be pleasant. What they do every morning, they get up and they walk around the community real fast. And I said, you know something? I'm going to get up in the morning and I'm going to speak to these white folks. So I think I get right, I'm ready. I'm going to get right there to the curb. I'm going to hear they're going to come around here in a minute real fast. 6:45, here they come. And I yelled out, hey, good morning, white people. dude came right back, morning to you. He said, good, all right. He said, what you doing today? I said, shit, this was it. I'm just gonna get up and speak to y'all and go back to sleep. What's wrong? 6:45 in the morning. What's wrong with you? He said, well, when you get up, you should go to the park. I said, what's happening at the park? He said, the dandelions are in bloom. And I was like, oh, okay, all right. So I ran in the house and Googled what a dandelion was. Because my flower game is real weak. I'm real weak on my flower game. And some of this stuff you don't even know how to spell. You get the dandelion.
Dandelion? Stupid ass.
You done put dandelion in there, a lion come up into the zoo. Oh, that's dandelion. I think dandelion.
Dandelion.
So I got the dandelion. So I end up in the park. I ain't never been in this park in the daytime before. I had only been in this park hustling. I had never been in this park. I had never seen the whole park. I was like, this is my little hustling spot. So I'm in the park, minding my business, sitting down, looking at the dandelions. White man named Tim came and sat down next to me. He said, hey, how you doing? I said, I'm doing good. He said, you here for the dandelions? I said, I am here for the dandelions. He said, it's something very special about these dandelions. I said, what's that? He said, we sit here long enough, so red-chested robins come play in the dandelions. I said, you don't say. He said, I just said. So I'm sitting there, sun beating down on me.
Oh my God.
I said, you hungry? I said, I could eat. He said, you want some trail mix? I said, I would love some trail mix. So, sitting there, eating trail mix, he had a tuna fish sandwich. He said, you want to have my tuna fish? I say, I would love to have you a tuna fish. So we sitting there, so I know, eating the salmon, eating tuna fish, eating trail mix, and the sun beating down on me, looking at the dandelions. And I knew it was working, this pleasantry was working on me, because I said, Tim, look, red-chested robins. That's it. That's the end of the story. I just told y'all because I can't tell my friends. You know how this story sounds about two ass friends? Hey man, what you looking at? I'm just looking at some dandelions and red chili, rumblings and trail mix and half tuna with sandwich with white man named Tim. What type of homeless type of shit what you on? I think it was homosexual. So I said to myself, since in my neighborhood I'm getting all these tips on how to be pleasant, I'm gonna take some of these tips back to the hood. I'll pull up in the hood, see my partner Nat. I say, hey Nat, come to the park with me. He said, you want me to get my gun? I said, well, you need your gun. Let's go. We in the park riding. I said, you know what you broke for? So we gonna look at some dandelions. I said, what's the dandelion? I say, Google it on your phone. I saw him over there to my dandelion. So I just spelled it for him. Get to the park. He said, man, what a dandelion said. I said, they right there. Yeah, I'm chill, cool. I don't like this, but I'm cool. I said, yeah, we chilling, don't just sit here and watch the dandelion. I said, but it's something very interesting about these dandelions. I said, we sit here long enough, some red-chested robins are complaining dandelion. You know what he said? Man, I'm shoot one of them birds. I said, you can't shoot birds. It's about being pleasant. Give me your trail mix, man. Just sit here. Don't even damn trail mix. Now, you've been there for an hour. You look at the dandelion, sun beating down on But what's the weird things right here. I say the cranberries. Yeah. So I knew it was working on. Trail mix, the sun, dandelions. He trail mix, turned to me and said, "Please, red to the rocks." We ride home. He talking about the little trip. Yeah, man. That's cool, man. Dandelions. Trail mix, man. The cranberry. I'm gonna get something that we can get from. Some of the birds is beautiful, man. These birds are beautiful. Pull up to the hood. You get out. Do you know he gonna lean back in my damn hood? And I've had a good time with this boy. He gonna lean the car and say, man, let me tell you something. Don't you tell nobody I had a good time with him.
Red Chester Rollins.
He walking out, and I saw him do like this. And Red Chester Rollins. And I'm just sitting there looking like, he don't know how pleasant that was. Just go look at some Red Chester Rollins.
See, these niggas be camping, boy.
Mix, and be able to tell that story for a whole lot of people. But I'm gonna tell y'all, don't you tell nobody I had a good time at that park. My name is Ali.
Just cause that nigga camping, boy.
Step right this way to the incredible volume of global buffet! Plenty to go around, no need for shit! Everyone's happy, even Miss Karen! What will we do next, you infected? Stupendous British 30 pints to CC, so the possibilities are endless!
Guaranteed fresh? This is gonna be expensive. Wait, it's not expensive?
It's not anything. This is great. This is awesome. I gotta be honest. The first when I came,
where you at?
I got back on Thursday, right? I got back on Thursday, and I got on. The first thing I did,
This
I got
nigga
on
cheating.
the subway, right? I got on the subway, and
Oh, this nigga cheating.
one person came on the train. Are there any little people around? I'm gonna say midget.
Oh, this nigga cheating.
This midget, you'll see why. This midget came on the train. And he pushed my leg, and he hit me like that, and I was like, oh, he was rude, midget. And like, pushed me, and like, I looked down at him, and I was like, you know, I'm not confrontational, but I was like, excuse you.
Bitch. My heart was beating so fast, y'all. Y'all don't fucking know. Y'all don't fucking know. Ah! Ooh. 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 Ooh.
It's like getting the gold star, Super Mario Brothers and stuff. I mean, I hear music when I hear that word, I'm like, this, you know, like, I get really into it, you know? You can do anything, like you can be in a fancy restaurant, just start throwing moving balls. And you can be like, what are you doing? Somebody called me the N-word. Oh,
It's fortune cookie.
stand-up thing, right? So like, you know, I used to write for the show called 30 Rock. I love writing there, but when I started doing stand-up, I was like, I don't really know what to do. I'm gonna talk to Tracy about it. I was gonna ask Tracy, what would you have any tips for me? Because I'm just starting to have any tips. And he's like, yeah, man, talk about penises, man. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, man, talk about penises. Dudes love that, man. Talk about penises. Man, I'll tell you a story, man. One time I had broken into this Asian girl's dorm room at Rutgers University.
Well, I gotta have 666 damage taken.
So I just said, 45 minutes. I talked about penises for 45 minutes. Do that, man. So I did that, you know, I didn't know it. And I was like, okay, I'm Tracy Morgan. I'm listening to him. So I did that. I talked about penises, and people loved it. It was good. It went well. And then, like, afterwards, the dude was like, hey, Chris wants to talk to you. I was like, who? He's like, Chris Rock wants to talk to you. I was like, what? Chris Rock? I love Chris Rock. Chris Rock's my idol, right? So I'm like, yeah. So I go over to him. I'm like, oh, yeah. I'm excited. He's like, yo, what you think? He was like, what the hell was that? I was like, I don't know. He's like, because it looked like you went on stage and said for 45 minutes. And he ripped into me, man. He ripped into me, and that broke my heart because I love Chris Rock. I used to do his bits all the time. He has a famous bit called, N-word versus, black people, and I love that bit. But I wasn't allowed to say the N-word in the house. I wasn't allowed. My parents wouldn't let me say the N-word, so I just did black people versus vampires instead. I was up there, telling Jones, I was like, there's two camps going on. There's black people and vampires. The vampires got to go. Every time black people want to have a good time, eat their ass vampires. Can't keep the blood back open. Grando, you want to know the worst thing about vampires? The worst thing about vampires can't be in the sun, boy. You can't have no vampire friend and then take them to the beach.
You hit that beat.
I got pretty good at it.
Too damn good.
I didn't say the N-word. I wasn't allowed. I didn't start saying it until like 11th grade, right? That's when I decided to say the N-word. And by then, you miss your N-word motor skills. You can't say it right. Like, I would walk down the hall, people like, hey, what's up, man? I'm like, hey, what's up? They're like, I know you're black, but it's that hard R, man. Some people can't say the N-word. Some black people cannot say it. It's true. Can you imagine Seal saying the N-word? No, right? You can't have Seal at the... You can't have that. You can't have like Obama up there just talking and just like giving a press conference or something like that and just have it turn into Def Comedy Jam or something. He's like, as we stand here today, there are still some Americans who don't believe I have their best interests at heart. And I'd like to put those fears to rest today. But before I do that, I'd like to talk about how we're tripping. They're tripping, especially when bitches be around. Because bitches be wanting to go to the Cheesecake Factory. And they be getting their cheesecake with blueberries, strawberries, and caramels.
And that's crazy. This nigga said this shit, and he like shot this bitch like when he was still on Community. So that's crazy. And the bitch was like, "Oh, Cheesecake Factory is below me." Like, bitch, shut your stupid dumb ass up. You lucky you being taken out on a date, bitch.
Nothing. When I said, nobody said it was, and I kind of realized it's kind of redundant. Have a black dude wearing an Obama shirt. Everybody's like, yeah, we know. You like Obama, we get it. It's just like, you know, I do the same thing. I realize it's like, yeah, it's kind of redundant. I don't go up to white people wearing Coldplay just like, you like Coldplay? Huh.
Forever. Breakfast.
The one thing I didn't get about Obama that kind of made me mad was like when he was coming up, people were like, we have a serious black candidate for president. We have a serious black this is crazy. We have a serious black candidate. And then when he won, they were like, oh, our first multiracial president. And I was like, that's not fair. I mean, like, let's set the record straight, okay? If you went outside tonight after this show and Barack Obama was stealing your car, you wouldn't yell, hey, someone stop that mix guy. You wouldn't say that. Obama looks black, so people treat him black. It's like, it's never been about who you are as a person, because that's up to you. You got to choose that stuff. It's about how people treat you. That's what race is about. Like, you know, I got a lot of mixed friends who just don't know how they feel about stuff. Like, they're just like, I'm culturally confused. And I'm just like, man, no, listen, it's about how people treat you, okay? If you're mixed and you're walking down the street and somebody asks you, hey, what did you think of the movie Julie and Julia? You're white. Nobody's ever come up to me and asked me about my opinions on Man, Men, and Revolutionary Road. No one, okay? Now, if you're walking down the street and you mix with somebody like, hey, what did you think of last night's episode of The Real Housewives of Atlanta? You're black. Or gay. It's one of the two. But the best part about Obama is that he's a black nerd. I love that jump. Because I'm a black nerd. That was illegal until like 2003.
That shit was illegal until like 2003.
So awesome. It's like there's black nerds everywhere, you know, like it's awesome. It's just like that.
Woolite helps Molly feel great in her go-to leggings. She was even inspired to train for a marathon. That lasted a day, but she was inspired. Woolite protect.
They're everywhere now.
Shit up.
It's so great, and I love it. Like, but it was just hard for us growing up. Like, you know, I remember I was like the only black kid in my school for a while. Like, I remember I went to a white school, and white kids were excited. They were super excited. They were like, oh, we got a black kid. This is awesome. We got a black kid. They were like, oh, hey, Donald, what kind of rap music you into? And what kind of sneakers you like? And I was like, oh, I don't really like rap music. I really enjoy the soulful stylings of the Cranberries. We talk about that. They were like, nah, man, you like sneakers and you like rap music. And you go, tell us which one you like. I was like, oh, you're hurting me, Steven. You know?
Oh,
It's awesome. I love it. Like, but now I'm allowed to be a black nerd. Now I can do that, you know, because, like, I'm allowed to be a black nerd. And a lot of people be like, well, there were black nerds before. There were black nerds before. What about Urkel?
I mean, what about Urkel?
Urkel was retarded, let's be honest. No, he was. If there was a kid named Steve Urkel who went to your school, dressed like Steve Urkel, eating cheese all the time, always asking this girl named Laura to marry him, you'd be like, oh yeah, Steve, his brother hit him in the head with a brick when he was 5. Very sad situation at the Urkel house. That's what you said. Okay, he's not a nerd, okay? That's not a nerd. Strange, specific stuff. That's what makes a nerd a nerd. If you like strange, specific stuff, that's a nerd, okay? Kanye West is a black nerd. He likes strange, specific stuff. If you go up to Kanye West and say, hey, what are your favorite things? He'll be like, robots and teddy bears. That's a nerd. That's a nerd. It's hard relationships for me. It's really hard. Like, it really broke my heart. Like, it's hard to, like, you know, it's just like, because there's so many things that you learn in a relationship, especially when you're really in love and stuff like that. I remember... You guys tell me if this ever happened to you. Like, you be in the bed, right, and you're with your girl and you're sleeping, and all of a sudden, like, ow! And she'd be like, I just had a dream where you were sleeping with another woman. And you'd be like, so? She'd be like, explain yourself! Now, anybody else in the world, any other human being, you'd be like, oh, that person has mild schizophrenia, right? But because she's your girl and you love her, you'll be like, oh, well, you know me. That's all you keep saying. And no dude in the world can get away with that junk. No dude in your dudes. If your friend came up to you, you look at him like he was crazy. Like, hey man, I had a dream when you were mean to me. Stepped on my foot and wait, say nothing. Also, you were holding a baby. And the baby had a very old face. And my teeth fell out, my feet were heavy, and my father was there. I did not see him, but I knew he was there. Watch your ass. Women, like, when I started listening to, like, really listening once the breakup happened, listening to other women, like, I realized, like, every man in this room has a crazy woman story, you know? Like, every man.
I know I should have.
Oh, remember Christine? Christine was crazy. Christine was so crazy. Remember? When I had my new girl, Christine goes like, where that bitch at? I was like, Christine, what's going on? If I got my new girl, get out of here. Christine was crazy, right? Christine was crazy. Oh, the memories.
Memories.
You know, and,
ridiculous.
You know, every dude in here has that story. I was like, why don't women have crazy men stories? Like, women have crazy men stories. I don't really hear them. And then I realized, I was like, oh, it's because if you got a crazy boyfriend, you gonna die.
I haven't watched this in so long, but it's crazy I remember that.
Just something about men. The second they realize they're crazy, it's like, time to kill everything alive.
Time to kill everything alive.
You can hear a crazy, like, man story, but they're not fun like crazy women stories at all. Like, Charlie was so crazy. He used to come over and shoot my dog. And it was dead the first time, but he kept shooting it. Then I moved the floor. He found me.
He found me.
Now I'm in this wheelchair. Oh, poor made up lady. I heard some of those. I'm gonna say some outlandish stuff. I heard some of those dudes and they're like, oh, it's like poor made up lady. Poor lady that Donald made up can't get up pretend steps. Because she's in a pretend wheelchair. That's what that is. That's all about imagination and stuff like that. Because I'm a very imaginative person. I grew up like in a foster home. Like my parents were foster parents, and we had a lot of foster kids. And kids like go crazy. It's all about imagination and stuff like that. Like they're very emotional beings, you know, kids. I remember. You guys remember when the lights would go out in your school? Remember that? Like in the 3rd grade, like when the lights would go out, like and kids would like. Kids just lose it. It wasn't even dark. It's like 2 p.m. Sunlight's coming through the window. Kids just like, just like losing their minds. And the same junk would happen when there was a fire drill, and the principal would come on and tell you there was gonna be a fire drill. Like in 2 minutes, there's gonna be a fire drill. And be like,
yeah, my shit, honey. Fuck.
Craziness. Kids aren't thinking. We had a teacher named Mr. Brown, right? We had a teacher named Mr. Brown, and he was writing something on the board once. He was writing something on the board, and he farted, and you would have thought kids had seen the face of God. Kids weren't even laughing. They were just sitting there like, and just like screaming. Just screaming. Kids had to get carted out. Kids were screaming and crying. Kids had to get carted out. And they were going to like the nurse's office. Kids are crying in the hallway. It's like, oh, this is our 9/11. And it was. It was their 9/11. Because they never thought anything like that could ever happen. Kids were all in the hallways giving interviews. They're like, oh my God, I remember. Because I was talking to Bertram Harris and he said if my hand was bigger than my face, then I had AIDS. So I put my But then all of a sudden we heard this sound from the front of the room. And it was Mr. Brown. And then Johnny C. Wright stood up and said, Mr. Brown browned his pants. And that was even funnier. My heart goes out to the parents of the children who smelt the fart. Because that's even funnier than hearing it. Is there a God? You know? Like I said, I was like growing up in a foster home. It was crazy, man. Like I remember this one time, like my mom brought home this kid.
I bet they're gonna get that shit too. It's a taxi game. Like you're a real life taxi driver. Like what the hell? Coming soon.
I was 8 years old. I was like, oh my God, what does that mean? And she's like, oh God.
Probably it's available on PS5 and Xbox Series X. Too bad.
Touched his or his butt and he didn't want it. And I misheard her. I thought she said a grown-up man made him stick his own in his own butt. So now, I'm terrified to use the bathroom in any public place. Because I think a dude with a gun's going to come at me like, boom, stick your own butt. I can't. It's not long enough. I'm just a little boy. Shut up. Right? I thought that was going to happen. I was really scared. And now I'm obsessed with this kid. Like, I'm obsessed with every time we use a bathroom, I'm looking at him like, it doesn't look long enough to go in his own butt. I'm sorry, it doesn't look long enough. How did he do it? Oh, he's such a survivor. And then he would, like, leave, and then I just, like, tug myself a little bit. I would tug it so it'd be long enough to go in my own butt if it ever happened. So, like, I was, like, terrified, and then one day I had an epiphany. I'm a genius. I'm a freaking genius. I don't have to go this way. I can go this way. I'm a genius. I'm a genius. So if it ever happened, he'd be like, stick your own butt. I'd be like, but now, strange man, it seems that we're at an impasse. You guys have been great. Thank you so much.
I want to play the festival so bad, but they be blocking my videos every time I play the festival. Every time, even when I just play music off of fucking Instagram or some shit, man, they block my shit.
I got so much flack where people like, was he really in robots? Because I don't think Lando would do that. I was like, maybe he would. It's like, I don't know. But also, I stand by him. Like, there's lots of things in space. Wednesday. Sorry. What was the word? No, community. I'm locked out of Miles Kingdom.
I'm about to say, what?
You see what I'm saying? You're saying I could be a lawyer. I'm saying you're a football player. It's in your blood. That's racist. Your soul. That's racist. Your eyes. That's gay. That's homophobic. That's black. That's racist. Damn.
My whole career has been moments that I didn't realize until afterwards were like special, which I think is exactly how you want them to be. Like you don't want to realize that. In Community, I honed a lot of skills that I didn't know were like valuable. We must have changed like sound crews like I'm not joking, like maybe every 6 weeks. I don't know why, like it just happened that way. So I would have to ADR. And I would ADR entire episodes. And I thought that was normal. Same thing with the improv thing. I thought that was television. I thought that's just what you did. They would be like, yeah, and then Donald says something funny.
I am the truest repairman.
And I was like, okay, that's Hollywood. So I would just I think the first season I was like really nervous about it, but once I realized like, oh, you can do this again and again and again, and it'll be fine. It really let me like be loose, and also I was like friends with those guys, so I didn't feel like nervous about like we were always trying to make each other laugh. But he was like, you know, Dan's kind of like a story expert, so he really understands story. So sometimes we wouldn't get the scripts until like the day of. I don't memorize scripts at all anymore. I haven't memorized the script since maybe college. Like, but like now I get the script. Like even stuff I write or whatever, I will get it and I'll learn it and then like make up share and then. So I think all that stuff was just. I was just lucky that I thought that's what you had to do.
We really appreciate you doing this.
Sure.
And 3, 2, 1. Troy and Abed in the morning, and we're back.
Troy Abed in the morning. I don't know why that's so funny. That's bullshit.
I didn't realize it. I mean, I guess we don't come on once it's a little crazy, but that's fine. That's like another thing. Like I was it is strange. Where people are especially now with like people watch it.
Still like in January, 6 seasons and busy seasons in a movie.
Some progress on it. We're supposed to be kind of see script of true Dan fashion with it's supposed to be nice, but I know it's just anything, man. It's hot, but that's okay.
First black man in space, bro. Lando, first black man in space. I guess there's some. Does Star Trek have any black people? I mean, yeah, like I guess Star Trek does. I guess like Star Trek has like a very multicultural like crew, which I guess was a big deal back then. But Lando, I guess for some reason, like people feel like this is a real black person in space. I don't know why.
You might wanna buckle up, baby.
I remember my dad showing me Star Wars and being like, yo, this is Lando. And then he's, he also feels pulpy. The rest of those, the whole Skywalker family, you can't really fuck with the canon. You can have a pulpy kind of like shitty Lando novel that feels like outside of the Star Wars universe but still in it, and I think that's why people like him. He's the most elastic of the characters because you don't know where he's from or who he is or whatever. There's only really those like 3 little books. So yeah, like it was dope to play him. It was fun.
The Calrissian Chronicles, Chapter 5, continued. Personally, I wasn't all that impressed with the trilogy. No sense of humor or style. Nonetheless, there L3 and I were deep in their sacred temple. And that's when we saw it.
I met Billy D right before I played him. I remember that day really. We met at Lil Dom's, and he was like really, just a funny guy. Like he didn't talk, like we talked about a bunch of other stuff. Like I wanted to know like what did you feel, like all that kind of stuff. I wanted to really get into because I really didn't want to let anybody down. And I remember
he was talking about like Kauai. I was like, oh, you been to Kauai? Man, I got married on Kauai. Yeah, I got married to the that was like my second one. He was talking about, he had all these great stories, but I kept being like, yes, sir, but sir, like, what do I do to play? And he literally goes like, just be charming. Like, he was like, just be charming. He's like, that's pretty much it. And he's like looking around, he's like, that's the secret. Like, and I was like, okay. And I guess he's right. Like, he's kind of like, Lando's like charm incarnate, which, you know, he's kind of a maverick, which I don't think there's a lot of anymore. Like, you know, it's hard to be like the smooth talker nowadays, you know, because like, where's the line? But I think that's also where the danger is. It's like, how close can you get without tripping over it? I mean, I would love to play Lando again. It's a fun time to be him. It just has to be the right. It just needs to be the right way to do it. I'm all about like, now it's like, you know, like, time is precious. I think everybody, like, you know, the past couple of years, this pandemic shit, like, really had people experience time in a way where they're like, well, why am I should be around oranges. Like, and people, you know, like, people kind of realize, like,
trying to stop eating these bitches, boy, by
hate so much. So, like, I'm not interested in doing anything that's just going to be, like, a waste of my time or just a paycheck. I'd much rather, like, you know, spend time with people that I, like, enjoy. So it just has to be the right thing, which I think it could be. I mean, like, Lando's definitely somebody I'd like to hang out with. So, yeah, I mean, we're talking about it. That's as much as I can say, you know, without Kathleen Kennedy, like, hunting me down. White Lotus. I'm laughing because you're just like, oh, fuck, you really do have to say it, though. Atlanta.
I know you probably think I'm pretty responsible, but I'm working on something that I think could be really big for me and you.
You know, I guess, like, you know, you just got to be really specific. I think at the end of the day, like, we were really trying to portray, like, what it felt like to be us specifically. Like, me and Steven have, like, a very, like, we're brothers, so we had a very common thread, but we also were seeing different parts, and, like, we always sort of felt like we were, like, the whole...
I know his brother was producing and writing that shit.
Whatever, like, a little bit, because that's how it felt to us, anyway, growing up, where it was like, oh, that happened? Like, and we got to whatever, like, a little bit, and I feel like we kind of captured that.
Oh. Hey, man. Chill. Congratulations. For what? I choose you. You're my sacrifice.
My brother has my mother's sense of humor, like, even more so than me. Like, I feel like I have, like, maybe 60 my dad, 40% my mom, but he has, like, maybe 60 my mom and 40. And it's a very dark sense of humor. There's, like, a video of, a guy who had all of his teeth taken out by the dentist, and he's like, I'm gonna look like a freak now. Honest to God. And he starts crying. I was like, whoa. And I, like, showed my brother that, and my brother must have laughed for a week. like, literally, like, he'd be like, I'd be like, what is so funny about this? He was like, it's so horrible. Like, yeah, I was like, yeah, like, that's us a little bit, where we're like, yeah, this shit is horrible. So it's kind of funny, because all of this is, like, unnecessary in the end. Not to get, like, too sardonic or, like, you know, but I think that is, like, our humor. It's like, this didn't have to happen.
She said kidnapping when she called, okay? Kidnapping serious. You know that, right? Willie?
I must have kidnapped that bitch in 1974, because she ain't been a kid in 45 years.
She in it?
No, and don't go in there, the alligators in there.
What?
There were a lot of guest appearances. Cree. Ugh. I love Cree. I just love her. And she's kind of like the blueprint for, like, crunchy black kids. So, like, I feel like I just love her essence. And she's just, like, such a subtle part of everybody's childhood, because she did all those voices as soon as you can remember. So I'm just happy to hang with her.
Between you and me, I still fuck with Taken. Shit, man, look, it's good to know that you don't hate black people now, you know?
No. I can't stand that out here. Well, now I feel that way. Because you tried to ruin my career.
The Liam Neeson one was like, yo, shout out to Jordan Peele. for making that happen. Yo, shout out. I was like, yo, I have this idea, and obviously Liam was like, I don't know, like I just don't, because he felt a lot of shame. He's like, I was trying to do the right thing. I was like, yeah, like, and in the writer's room, we had talked about it. We're like, is that really the message that we want? Is like, when people actually go out on a limb and go like, I was wrong, to like shit on them. We were like, we just thought it was kind of a funny like thing. And also, I was like, because the lesson he's gonna learn from this is like, yeah, I'm never telling the truth again. So we were like, that's really funny. You think we could get him to do? And what I love about that episode and about him is like that episode doesn't work without him. There is nobody else. Like maybe maybe homie from Seinfeld. Yeah, like maybe him being like that. We were like, but that's not as relevant, and it's not the same. It's like Liam, like it's a different feeling. So we were like, we thought that would work. And like shout out to Jordan Peele who actually put us in contact, and shout out to Liam's son who allowed that to happen. So like that, I felt like that was a super iconic moment.
Marshall Johnson?
Yes? You've been served. I'm sorry, what is this about?
My name is Shaniqua Johnson of the St. Louis Johnsons. Your family owned my great-great-grandmother and father for 12 years. You owe me money.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
That's what we thought. But I think at the beginning of season 3, we have a big whiteboard in the writer's room, and at the beginning of season 3, when we all came back, I remember writing down in front of everybody so we remembered. I was like, do what others cannot. I was like, we're the only show that can do this. And I was like, that's what's going to make us special. Because by that point, like, honestly, like, the thing that I remember now that was in the back of my head is like, remember Rage Against the Machine? Like, I remember their first 2 albums I was so into them. And then their third one, like, they kind of, like, I see what it was. Like, they kind of went back to, like, the hip-hop roots of it. But I was like, I'm not feeling this as much as my thing. And I remember talking to my dad about it, and he was like, well, everybody else is kind of doing the rap rock thing now. So, like, they have to, like, be themselves more. And that, to differentiate themselves. And I felt like that's what I kind of wanted to do. Like, I was like, I just wanted to tell stories. At the end of the day, like, all of this really is about, like, stories. Like, I'm like, who can tell the best story? Who has the best ideas? And I was like, yeah, like, there are some good... It's not, like, the show Atlanta that people wanted, but it's the point of view of Atlanta. And I stand by. I was like, man, I think that might be... Even after season 4, which people were like, this is, like, a perfect... But I'm like, season 3 is, I still think, my favorite. Like, I love the black and white episodes.
A black and white episode. See, fuck, bro. I think I only watched the first 2 seasons of this show, man.
But I'm like, season 3 is, I still think, my favorite. Like, I love the black and white episodes. I love so much about that season because it doesn't make you feel like it's not a warm hug. It's like it's the feeling of your friend who's never left Atlanta going to like San Francisco or Paris and being like, I like it back in Atlanta. Like it's like I want to go back home. Like that is the feeling. And I think a lot of people reacted that way. They were like, well, where's Atlanta? I want to go back home. There's a great story of like Chief Keef going to like Paris recording with Kanye. And the whole time he was like, this ain't it. He was like, this ain't it. And I'm like, yeah, like, that is why you are the way you are, because you are so tied to your home. But when you come back, those chicken wings don't taste the same, because you've experienced something else. Like, my brother always would be like, Jay, our crickets is this shit. And then when he comes back, he's like, these taste different. It's like, yeah, you experienced something else. So I'm like, yeah, that's probably why people like season 4 a lot more, because it's like, yeah, you're back home. But you've kind of outgrown it. Childish Gambino.
Don't be mad 'cause I'm doing me better than you know you. Don't be mad 'cause I'm doing me better than you know you.
Alison Brie introduced me to Ludwig. Ludwig was doing the music on Community. I remember it was weird, like, it was almost like like love at first sight type moment where I remember he was in the food trailer and she's like, Donald, you gotta meet Ludwig. And he was wearing like purple pants and he was like cutting a green apple and he goes, hey, how are you? Oh, cool. He's like, I do the music. Cool. And I was like, I'm working on this kind of music thing. We should meet up. And it was very, it was very organic. I don't know why that happened. Honestly, like it just, like on most shows you don't usually meet the composer. Like it just doesn't happen. Like you're not, like in most movies you're not meeting the composer. So like he just happened to be around and I think we were both just interested. I was like, I love music. I was like, oh cool, like you should take a look at my music. It's just a lesson to people where I'm like, yeah, like it's not about like chasing opportunity. It's like, don't be afraid of like yourself. I feel like if I was like, oh, no one should listen to this music, I was like, no, you should. I was like, you should check this out. I want to know what you think. And that's kind of what happened. And then like, we just have really, really, me and Ludwig got like amazing chemistry. That's the only way I can put it. Like, he's like such a weirdo in the best sense.
You can have it.
I wish you guys could hear the first version of Baton. It was so weird. Like, it was such a weird, I was actually listening to it the other day. I was like, what a weird song this was. And then we like cleaned it and we were like, oh, yeah, this is America. Let's be real, like we did, time is the oven that makes something special, but we did a lot of work. I had that idea like 3 years before, and I told Hero the idea. He's like, man, he's like, I want to do that. He's like, I really want to do that. And I was like, cool. And I had the song. And I swear to God, like, it started as the idea for the song started as a joke. To be completely honest, like, this is America, like, that was all we had, was, like, that line. This is America. And it started as a Drake diss, to be honest. It's like, I was like, as a funny way of, like, doing it, but then I was like, this shit sounds kind of hard, though, so I was like, let me play with it. So we just had that for a long time. I told Hero the idea, and he was like, oh, let's do it. And honestly, we studied Thriller for a long time. Because I was like, how do you make people care about anything anymore? There's just so much shit. Well, you have to have a moment in real time, which was like SNL, which like Famich had. Wolf Ross theme, like we're like, okay, we're gonna do this SNL thing, we'll drop it at midnight. Also like the feeling of like what was happening at the time. I was like, oh, it informed, like, because of all the uprisings and riots that were happening, like it really informed like my writing and stuff. And then I was like, oh, I really, I was like having sessions with like Thug and all these people, and I was like, hey, would you want to get on that? I was like, like making it like a We Are the World, like for trap. I was like, it just became something where I was like, yo, it needs to feel like all of it. To me, culture is this compression of information. So I was like, all of it just needs to be compressed into this moment. So what was happening needed to feel like it could only be happening right now. We shot it on film that was deliberate. Like, we were like, oh, 2 takes. Like, kind of literally 1 shot. Like, we were like, let's just do it like 2, because it's really 3 shots. It's like that first half, that second half, and then the running. We were like, it needed to feel continuous because it needed to feel like a moment, because moments, I feel like the internet kind of robs moments. So that was really the work that we put in. I feel very, it's interesting that it worked. We were like, oh man, it probably wasn't going to work. But we really just studied Thriller a lot. We studied how that became iconic, and I was like, oh, well, you have to do a lot of things the first time, and I was like, but Thriller was like a big important part. You know who I did a lot of research on that people don't probably think I did, but I actually watched his moves a lot to make sure I didn't do the exact same thing, was like Robbie Williams. I actually watched him a lot because like I saw him get a lot of hate, and he's not necessarily an actor, but like, multidisciplinary like people, I call it a vent. You need a vent. You need some steam to like let something off, because people like, Stevie Wonder, amazing, genius, but people are like, but he's blind. So that's the vent. Like same thing with Prince. You're like, oh, but he's short. Like, it's like, oh, but like there's something where you want to give people a vent to be able to. And I knew that wasn't gonna be easy, but I also
5 years ago, huh? That's crazy.
I think that there's an older generation. I think a lot of things have changed because it used to be about access. So it'd be like if you had access to be able to make stuff, and then you happened to be good, it was different. Now everyone has access, so and it's way easier to make all these things. It's way easier to make music. You know, we're always racing towards very good ideas. That's all it matters.
Chopper down, yo.
The idea of like this person not being great at other stuff.
And they got two.
Just like Elvis couldn't be a great necessarily actor necessarily because he was focusing so much. Making music took a lot more. But now it's like all that stuff is happening. All those things are the same anyway. So I feel like
The first rule of marketing: never do
Peter,
something
Piper,
twice.
pick a pepper, pop pepper, rapper, a leper, super lava, kappa rubber, a fellow rapper.
I'll make her miss for 10 million.
Interesting.
And right now, new cup. What you think about that singing right there, Martin? Fuck him. But if I hadn't, I would tell people to go to dtmerch.com and get all of the great merchandise we have over there. Quick with Bart Simpson. The shirts, the jerseys, the hats, the backpacks, the phone covers. Oh, what is that? Now we got double toasted gift cards. Up to 25% off items store-wide until May 25th. That's when you are becoming a subscriber, and you can do that in many ways. The way I recommend those is using that Amazon account, Martin.
Makes it easy.
It makes it easy, Martin, because we have an Amazon Pay button. And you know what we're going to do with that, Martin? Take a guess. I dare you.
We gonna get paid.
God damn. Well, yes, we are. But no, Martin. But they're gonna put in that username. They're gonna put in that password, Martin. And when they press that, don't do it too fast, y'all. Because when you press that enter button, fuck, what happened? Shit. Oh God. I've never had such feelings of double toasted sex, and it's all over my body.
My
A
body.
live show at the Park West. And that's going to be on June 30th. Doors open at 7 p.m.
My body.
Show starts at 8 p.m. Full night of live comedy, games, prizes, music. It's time we stop talking about this particular person.
My body.
There's other people out there to talk about. Of course, I'm talking about Kanye West.
Oh no.
The world is so caught up in Kanye West right now because one day somebody decided to say he's a genius. And Kanye West, while a very talented guy, I had to say, you know, I'm very careful how I throw that word genius around. You know, and you know, everybody talks about how talented he was, and he has such celebrity now, and now they say, oh my God, he thinks so differently from everybody else. He must be a genius. Which, at what point do we stop to think that maybe Kanye's not a genius, maybe just a bunch of fucking idiots?
Yeah.
Because this guy here just
I don't know. I mean, maybe I don't know enough. I just haven't seen him say or do anything that I think, man, nobody thinks that way. Nobody said that before.
This man, because I'm sure he was probably high at the time, said George Bush don't care about black people. And all of a sudden he treated him like he was Black Moses. Ain't nothing deep about Kanye, and it's a damn shame that it took for him to say that slavery was a choice. When we finally said, hey, he says dumb shit.
He says dumb shit.
Wait a minute. That's why I say, you know, we have people out there who are doing things that are damn near genius. I'm going to say nothing because they're not out there trolling, or they're not out there marketing themselves the right way. They're not out there, you know, trying to talk above us. Like somebody such as Donald Glover, man. You know, Donald Glover is someone, as I said, I'm not going to go as far as say genius because that word should be used conservatively. Sure, if you ask me. That's my opinion. But Donald Glover is a guy that on all levels, musically, creatively, even a thought-provoking way, this is somebody that, you know, this is the person that you're talking about when you want to talk about somebody like Kanye. This is what and I don't want to wish bad things on anyone. Even Kanye, I don't want to wish bad. I'm not a hater of Kanye, but Kanye could be this person because Donald Glover, what Donald Glover is an artist who creates. Mm-hmm. Just you know, don't go around babbling, fucking create.
Yeah, you know, let your voice speak through your art.
Yeah, and And it's funny because I'm talking about Donald Glover. He hosted Saturday Night Live last night, and they had this really funny sketch on there that he was in about Kanye West.
Kanye has to have everything he drops. Oh, come on, Kanye.
The whole thing was a take on a quiet place. Yeah, it was funny, man. It was funny. Donald Glover, man, it was somebody. First of all, I have a love-hate relationship with this guy. Yeah. First of all, I hate the You know what? Why does he get all the toys? Why does he get all the time? You know, why does my life suck and why does Donald Glover get everything? Can I have a little bit of what he got?
Well, yeah, most of those guys are kind of manic depressive.
They got it all, man. I mean, they gotta have some flaw. You know, I mean, hey, that just goes to show you the guy is so good at depression. You know, I mean, this is a man that can sing, he can dance, he can write, he can direct. This is kind of that's all opinion, man. That's all opinion, sir. But this guy right here, he's a lot. What's that?
I like the music a lot.
No, his music. I think the guy's great, and I can't stand him. I'm in that camp of people like I hate fucking Donald Glover, man, solely because he's just better than me. Oh, you know. Yeah, no, is that the word for it? That's the word. It's just a long way of saying I'm just jealous.
Keep it simple.
But you know, the thing with Donald Glover, man, is that I look at him, and a lot of people remember him from back in the day where, you know, they thought that he was that guy, that he was equal to the I guess the non-intimidating black friend in a movie or a sitcom. You know, he was funny, he was cute. You know, he wasn't too black. He was just right.
Cookie Chris Mascot wasn't a wizard when I was a kid. He was a burglar. I just pretended like I knew because I wanted just to think I was smart.
Oh, look at that. You know, he doesn't have to use curse words. He doesn't, you know, it's a network show. It's a network, you know, that's okay, now he's home. That's as far as he needs to go. You know, that's his kind of humor right there. And the thing is, this is why I have to start loving the guy. Because this is a guy that is ever evolving, ever reinventing, and it never seems false the way he's doing it. This is the kind of guy that I'm talking about when I say this is someone who, you know, you don't have to do stunts and gags and trolling to get out there and do these things. What you do is you push yourself and your talents and you get to where you need to be. That's the cover of the internet right there. And that's when that's one of the places where we start to see him as another person, Childish Gambino. And it's funny because he ambushed all of these talents that he had. Because for all the talk of him being nice, wholesome, non-threatening fun, all of that, you know, that was Childish Gambino. But then came, I'm sorry, that was Donald Glover. But then came Childish Gambino.
We tag team Rihanna.
That he was equal to the I guess the non-intimidating black friend in a movie or a sitcom. You know, he was funny, he was cute. You know, he wasn't too black. He was just right.
Cookie Chris Mascot wasn't a wizard when I was a kid. It was a burglar. I just pretended like I knew because I wanted just to think I was smart.
Oh, look at that. You know, he doesn't have to use curse words. He doesn't, you know, it's a network show. It's a network, but you know, that's okay, now he's home. That's as far as he needs to go. You know, that's his kind of humor right there. And the thing is, this is why I have to start loving the guy. Because this is a guy that is ever evolving, ever reinventing, and it never seems false the way he's doing it. This is the kind of guy that I'm talking about when I say this is someone who, you know, you don't have to do stunts and gags and trolling to get out there and do these things. What you do is you push yourself and your talents and you get to where you need to be. That's the cover because of the internet right there, and that's when that's one of the places where we start to see him as another person, Childish Gambino. And it's funny because he ambushed us all with these talents that he had. Because For all the talk of him being nice, wholesome, non-threatening fun, all of that, you know, that was Childish Gambino. But then came, I mean, I'm sorry, I was Donald Glover. But then came Childish Gambino. And people were like, oh, that's hilarious. He's doing a rap parody. And a lot of people were like, well, damn, shit, that's a parody. That's pretty good. Kind of scary too, but you know, it's good. That's from one of the first tracks that he dropped in the video when people first recognized him as Childish Gambino. It's called Freaks and Geeks. And you know, the thing is that as he progressed, it was the music progressed too. It wasn't like he was just you know, he wasn't doing the flavor of the month, music and beats and whatnot.
Or just let me just repeat what I did the last time.
That's it. Repeat what I did the last time, or what other people are doing. You know, his music became a little more complicated. His videos became very creative. This is one called Sweatpants. He's a rapper.
Yeah.
He got it.
Yeah.
God damn it, he's a funny guy.
Well, he started out as a stand-up comedian, then he was on a popular one.
Man, I can't tell you, speaking of a network sitcom, I spent 15 minutes today looking for a clip of him right here because I was so busy looking for Parks and Recreation. I didn't know
Oh my God.
I didn't know he was on Community. Guy's talented, fine. Glad he can't do no more. Until people realize, oh shit, did you know he can sing too? And not only can he sing, but he's also bringing back some really nice styles of R&B.
Sorry, y'all.
She like, he's so high, got me high right now. He's like Prince, man. He can not only sing, but he not Martin. That's why I'm saying you might not like his singing voice, but I appreciate that he attempts to do things in different styles.
No, I do too. I appreciate all that. It's just listening to him as a singer. I'm like, man, he's so talented, but just his singing is not quite there at that level.
I'm gonna sound like I'm like a groupie of this guy, but it's not so much more like, yeah. You know, damn, why don't you just fuck him already? You know? I'm gonna give him the credit of saying that sometimes the voice can be used as an instrument itself. Some days.
Wow, you really just did that.
I did that, and I'm keeping it, and I'm sticking with it, man.
I don't think he's gonna fuck you, dude.
I don't think he's gonna fuck you, dude.
And when he fucks me, I hope he's singing this. Redbone right there,
Right.
Hit hard.
And that music's amazing. And just, I remember hearing this and like, wow. And then with his singing, I was like, okay, so it sounds like somebody doing a Prince parody, but I'm not quite sure.
Like I said, man, the vocals, as far as I'm concerned, it feels just like a part of the song now.
Sure.
You know, I mean, it's just that's the thing. I mean,
I'm about to put this analog.
It's to a point where at least he changed it up.
What?
Oh my eye.
I'm
sorry, been sanitized.
I recognize all
not
went into that.
what? We're gonna do it.
Something that's
Doop.
not being
Right on, let's go. Ah, hold on.
That song hit them.
Wait, we go.
Didn't even know who it was. Sure. And people were mad because.
Stupid looking ass. I would have been so fucking funny if that bitch would have really got stuck in there.
Would you be surprised if I just pulled off a mask and I was down the road right now? I mean, you know, the guy can do anything. And I'm putting this in there because we are talking about, now that we're in the area of music, you know, this is somebody who's just, Kanye included, but he's making music and he's doing circles around a lot of musicians out there just by doing different things and succeeding at it. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree 100%.
That's where my admiration comes in. Even on Saturday Night Live, he's one of the few guests to come in as host and also musical guest. That's two different people.
Yeah.
Host tonight, Donald Glover. Musical guest, Childish Gambino. And
we save money.
That's a bargain. Yeah, man, 2 Negroes in one. But yeah, man, he did. You like this song? Saturday is what it's called. And again, it's a throwback. It's a throwback to like mellow disco groove. Mm-hmm. Something like, not too different from the things you might hear from early era of Michael Jackson. I mean, I think it's even its own thing beyond that. But it's very nice. Now, what you think about that singing right there, Martin?
Fuck him.
It's good. Okay, I'm not challenging you.
Yeah, you are.
A little bit.
Let's not pretend it's something
What you think about that?
It's good. It's good.
Say your piece.
Anyway, bro. Yeah, you are. You got your fingers on the keyboard, ready to do something.
Yeah, like a boxing glove across the back of the computer.
No, it's really good, and you might even reach that point that I think where my ears are go like, all right, I recognize that as top-notch singing, but it's still good for like especially if it was just some guy I knew, I would be completely blown away.
Okay, all right, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
it's nice.
It is.
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah, you better be. As you said, it's. You got to remember his other talents, as you were saying.
Yeah.
He's a stand-up comic, or he's done some stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
I watched Weirdo was the one that I saw that he did. Wasn't great, I don't think, but it was good.
Yeah. Listen to him do stand-up. It was always like, man, he's got the chops and the stage presence. The material's not all that strong, but you can always get a writer to do better stuff.
It's and let's not forget that the guy is also a writer, director, and producer.
Oh yeah, killing it on Atlanta lately.
On Atlanta, man, that's the show on FX where it's sort of a pseudo anthology in a way. It's different genres and different stories with some of the same characters.
Yeah, it's really turned into that.
Yeah, but that really is an accumulation of his talents over there, because on that particular show, he gets to actually put himself on display as writer, director, and producer, and not only of a TV show that stands on its own, but of different genres, comedy, drama, and the one I showed you, the Teddy Perkins episode, horror.
In the car.
Popeyes is crashing the wings party with 5 flavors.
What the fuck?
He's not even making it.
Like, nobody told him that was Donald Glover in that makeup. Some people like, that's Donald Glover. Fuck, course the fuck it is. Jesus. Yeah, let's not forget actor. That's the Teddy Perkins episode where where it was considered to be sort of a horror episode, and that was him under a ton of makeup doing a character that some say was based on Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
And it was a very creepy episode. Very talented guy, needless to say, and that's what I'm saying, man. When you get to the point where you start to actually be an artist, a real artist, instead of just out there doing empty things.
Yeah.
Always trying to market yourself, always making sure you're on the Instagram, doing stunts to get people's attention.
Yeah, falling into that trap of you got to get out there, you got to get people to know who you are, you got to get likes, you got to be famous, you got to get more famous, you got to get more money, you got to get more fame. Chasing fame is a dumb dream. I mean, sure, to get money in your pocket, to take care of yourself and your family, yes, that's nothing wrong with that. It's noble. But there is a point where you will make so much money that you can't spend it in your lifetime or your descendants' lifetime. And as far as fame, that there's a certain level where it's awesome, and then everything after that, it just gets worse, makes your life worse and worse and worse. But there's just more people in your business, and you don't even have control over it anymore.
You don't have control over it, not to mention that it becomes itself more intimate.
Yeah.
You don't know who around you is real, and most of those people aren't.
Right.
And most of those people cheering for Kanye to be president and shit, they're happy to be in the room. They're not really caring about the person.
You got all the vultures and bloodsuckers and people who should be like, hey man, you need to take your meds, and instead of like, oh, he's in one of his moods. Get him out. Get him in front of a microphone. Let's see what he says.
Yeah,
this is making money for all of us.
Of course.
Yeah, and he's close to reaching a point where he'll be more famous for the crazy shit he does and says than for his music.
Yeah, shit. It looks like that point has already been crossed. The point has already been crossed, and that's the thing with Donald Glover. Donald Glover is at the point now where, you know, he's not out there insulting people because he's just talking because people want to hear what he has to say and they just let him get away with anything. Donald Glover is an artist who's actually making a statement with his art. The reason why I brought most of this up today is because it hit me hard how this is a guy that made more of a statement than anything Kanye's probably ever said in years with his video. I think it's called America. And the video gets its point across about
this is America.
This is America. Yeah, this is America. It gets its point across by, you know, it's talking about influence of black culture and the violence that sometimes goes with the culture, or at least with black people, you know. And, through his music and his imagery, he's saying a lot more than a lot of artists out there who just go out there and just try to like rile people up. If you haven't seen the video, watch it. Here's a little bit of a sample of it right here. We just saw him walk into a room during the gospel chorus. They picked out a semi-automatic weapon and blew them away. It could be a statement about a lot of things right here. Also, the song itself is just a different mixture of genres and styles. You can hear some of the trap influence in there, but you can also hear the gospel influence in there, and there's some others in there too. So it's a guy that actually, listen, you know, like I said, man, I felt like I had to bring this up because as much as I hate to say it, you know, this guy. There's some people out there, I'm careful to use the word genius, but if somebody was to throw it on Donald Glover, I'd be like, yeah.
I'm sure they have, or they will.
They will at some point. If he continues on this trajectory.
I mean, yeah, he's certainly at a career high right now with all the things you just named. And he's ripe for the machine to go like, oh, here's one we can pump up. He just has to be smart and careful enough to not fall into it.
Yeah.
To not be on the mic in every interview and answering every question thrown his way.
If he was to get the term genius, man, maybe I would be careful how to use it, but when I say, did he work damn hard to earn it? Yeah. Until he loses his fucking mind. But until that day.
Until then. Until then.